Hi friends, I know that it's coming to the end of the year here and you're probably excited about the new year and want to set some new goals, as most people do in January. They set their new goals or their resolutions, and most of the time you get started, you're all excited about it, but the excitement begins to fade away pretty quickly, right? I just read a study that over 80% of people that set their New Year's resolutions or their goals for the year quit on their goals, give up by the end of January. So they don't even make it a full month, 80%. And so you're probably one of those people. Maybe you look back at last January and you set your goals, and for some reason by January or maybe February or somewhere at some point, you either gave up on it or it never manifested for you. And the reason why is because most people are setting goals, which is great, right? But they don't really know the process of achieving goals. And there's a big difference between setting goals and actually achieving them. So I want to share with you 4 steps to really achieving goals, not setting them, but achieving them. And this has worked for me and for my clients, and I know it'll work for you, and it'll make it so much easier so you can get past January, into February, into March with some momentum that creates new habits for you so that you start to manifest the goals that you want without even realizing that you're manifesting them, because now it becomes a new habit. So there are essentially 4 steps that I want you to understand that are really necessary for achieving goals. Okay, so the first one is really simple. Decide on exactly what you want. And when I say exactly what you want, I mean exactly what you want. Don't say you want to earn more money this year, right? That's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about exactly. If you say you want to earn more money, you could set that goal to earn more money, and you could be walking down the street later on this afternoon and you could see a quarter sitting on the ground. If you're in this country, or maybe wherever country you're in, you could see a coin or a little bit of money sitting on the ground, and you would pick that up normally without even thinking about it, put it in your pocket, and guess what? You've manifested your goal. You have more money. And you'll go through your week and your month and you'll say, I haven't manifested my goal of more money, because you don't even remember the fact that you picked up that quarter. But guess what? You manifested more money. Your goal wasn't it wasn't specifically what you wanted. And so your unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, is a supercomputer, and it's like a guided missile. It's looking for what you're looking for. It's going to help you accomplish that goal, but it needs to know exactly what you want. When you say, I just want more money, or a new lover, or better health, or I want to lose weight, or I want to have a better business, it's very ambiguous, and the subconscious mind doesn't like ambiguity, right? It's going to help you get those things, but it doesn't know what that is. So a quarter is more money, so it gives you more money. If just like if you had your GPS set to go someplace, you set in the exact address. You set in 237 Main Street in Sedona, California, or something like that. And so if you're in Boston and you set your GPS to go there, it will take you to that exact address. But if you just say, I want to go to California, which is kind of vague, it will not take you to that address. It might get you to California. So we got to make sure that we're very clear and specific on the goals that we want. Okay, so if it's a relationship, be very clear on what that relationship looks like. Write out what that perfect man or woman looks like in your life. I don't mean just physically, I mean, what are the character traits that they have, right? What does that person do? How does that person treat you? Those kinds of things. If it's your physical body, get really detailed on what that looks like, right? The exact amount of weight that you want to shed from your body, or you want to gain if you're trying to gain weight or muscle mass. Get a picture of what your perfect body would look like. Maybe there was a picture in your past when you looked that way, or maybe there's some idea of what you want to look like that you want to look at. Get clear on it, get specific on it. If you want to build your business, make sure you understand what that looks like. What does it look like to have a successful business? Don't just say a successful business, actually get clear on what that looks like. So that is step 1, okay? Decide on exactly what you want. Step 2, this one might be a little bit tricky for you. Don't focus on the outcome. This is the killer of goal achievement. Most goal setting books won't tell you this. Most people are so focused on the outcome that they actually derail themselves before they even get started. So let me explain what I mean by this. Don't focus on the outcome. Most people are outcome focused. If you're outcome focused, then around mid-January, you look at your outcome, you compare it to your reality, there's such a gap there, and because there's such a gap there, you start to lose motivation. We can't be focused on the outcome. We have to know what the outcome is, right? Because we set that exact idea of what we want. Maybe we look at that daily, maybe in the morning and in the middle of the day, and maybe at night we immerse ourselves in that idea, that picture of what we want. I do that every day, every morning. I picture exactly what I want. So I don't lose sight of it, but I don't focus all of my attention on the outcome, because if I do that, there's going to be a lot of disappointment during the course of the day because I don't have that outcome. And also, being outcome oriented takes you away from being in the present moment, where this is what you need to be in the present moment to actually manifest that outcome. So you can't be outcome focused. Look, a quick example so you can understand what I mean by this is, if a baseball player is going up to bat and he has a runner on third that he needs to get home, he needs to hit a ball maybe out to right field, right? So deep right field. Well, that is the outcome. That is where he wants to go. He visualizes himself seeing that ball going out there, but then he lets go of the outcome and he focuses on the present moment, the things that he needs to do right now to manifest that outcome. It's the same thing with somebody hitting a golf ball, or somebody building a business, or somebody doing anything. Even if it's your business, outcome focus initially. Visualize it, but don't stay focused on the outcome. You need to focus on the things you need to do every day to manifest that outcome. So now we want to focus on what do we need to do now so that that outcome is guaranteed, right? We can't focus on how much weight we want to lose, right? And then be upset that we're not losing it. We need to focus on the things that are necessary right now that you've got to do to actually manifest the outcome. So the outcome is, something that you visualize in the morning and at night and at some point during the day. I like to try to do it 2 or 3 times a day, but my focus isn't there on the outcome. My focus is on what am I doing right now. So that puts us into step 3. Start, stop, and continue. This is present. This is, what are you going to start doing? What are you going to stop doing? What are you going to continue to do to actually manifest that goal, to actually achieve the goal? This is being in the present. So think about this. What are some things that you can start doing right now to achieve that goal, right? So let's just say that you want to lose weight. So forget about the outcome. What could you start doing right now? Making better choices when it comes to, what you choose to eat. Maybe it's preparing your meals the night before, so you have multiple meals throughout the day, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 little meals throughout the day, so that you're prepared for the next day and you're not, grabbing something quick because you're in a rush. Everything's prepared. Maybe you could start focusing on your exercise routine, or whatever it is that you want to do. What can you start doing? Maybe it's taking a walk in the morning. Maybe it's just stretching. Whatever it is, depending on where you're at in your physical fitness. But decide on what you're going to start doing. It can be simple as just saying, you know what, I'm going to start, hanging around with people that are more health focused. I don't know. Figure out a start, okay? List all of your starts. Now, list what you're going to stop doing, right? Putting yourself in maybe a situation where you're at parties a lot, or you're out at bars a lot, where there's alcohol being consumed and chicken wings and stuff like that. Stop doing that. Stop, beating yourself up over the one mistake that you do make. Stop, shopping at the grocery store in the middle aisles. Go around the outside of the aisles where all the fresh fruits and vegetables and dairy and all those things are that are healthy for you, versus the middle where all those kind of like sugary carbs and all those things are. So what are you going to stop doing? You've got to decide that and list it out. And then, of course, what are you going to continue doing? Because I'm sure you're doing some things that would help you with your health. And so if we're thinking about relationships, what are you going to start doing to manifest and achieve the goal of a better relationship? Maybe you're in a relationship and it's not that good. Maybe you should start being more present and engaged and telling the person how you care about them and that you love them. And maybe you haven't done that in a little while. Maybe you need to make them feel more significant. You could start doing that. Maybe if you haven't found that person yet, you can start going to places where that person might be, joining a club or something like that, versus going on Facebook or those, whatever those sites are online. I've been married for 30 years, so I have no idea. But whatever those places are that you go online that aren't working for you. Or maybe you really need to go online and maybe start to really invest in yourself online and in one of those dating sites. But start to be authentic and honest. Maybe that's the thing that you can stop doing. Maybe you're stop pretending that you're somebody you're not. That would be a good one. Maybe stop being inauthentic. Maybe stop going to the wrong places, right? So there are a lot of things that you can do, start doing and stop doing, that will help you manifest that goal, right? And then what are you going to continue doing, right? Love yourself, take care of yourself, love others, those kinds of things, right? Because if we want to have a healthy relationship with somebody else, we want to attract the right person in our life, and we decide exactly what that person looks like. We first have to become that person to attract that person, right? You can't list out the exact details of the person you want and expect to attract that person if you're not that person, right? You have to have the same character traits and the same values and belief systems as that person, or it's not likely you're going to attract them. That's why being authentic is important. And so, you know, continue to do some things, stop doing some things, and start doing some things, and list those out. If it's earning more money, what do you need to stop doing, right? Maybe you got to stop wasting money or stop buying lottery tickets and scratch tickets. Maybe you need to start doing some things like networking more, or reaching out to your previous clients, or picking up the phone more. And what do you got to continue doing more? Maybe market yourself and brand yourself the way you have been. So think about your stops, your starts, and your continues. Important, because that's being in the present. That's focused on the things that will manifest the goal, achieve the goal, versus focusing on the outcome. And remember, if you're outcome focused and next week you don't have your outcome, you start to lose motivation. I don't want you to do that. Motivation comes from within, right? So you know that today you did a lot of starts and stops, right? And you did some things, and that creates motivation. And so number 4, and this is a big one, right? Set your daily intention. Set your daily intention. So critical to understand this one. Listen. Your daily intention is so important. When you get up, what I would recommend that you do is that you sit there and you say, okay, I know where I want to go, so I know what my outcome is, right? You've already visualized that. I know exactly what I want, okay? I know what I need to start, stop, and continue to do. And just pick 3 things that will be your intention for the day, right? Let's just say it's with your relationship that you currently have that you want to make better. Set the intention to be more present and engaged. Maybe say, I love you once, right? Maybe just reach over and hold that person's hand. I don't know if these are things that you're not doing. Maybe you can start doing that. Maybe you can stop being judgmental, right? Maybe you can stop pretending that you're listening to the person when you're really not. Those kinds of things, right? So you have to set the intention of what you're going to do every day. So pick 3. If it's in business, what are 3 things that you're going to say to yourself today? What is the intention today that I'm going to do today? And every day, pick 3 different things. Now think about this. If you set the intention every day, right? What will happen is that your mind will cause this body to go out and try to manifest those intentions. And if you are manifesting those intentions on a daily basis because you're in the present, you don't have to worry about the outcome. The outcome will show up. It'll manifest itself, right? So set the intention. Be clear on it every single day, and I promise you, you'll achieve your goals. You won't just set them. I want to wish you a happy new year. I want to wish you success in your goal achievement, and I look forward to hearing from you. So reach out to me, okay, and share your thoughts and your, what's been happening. I'll reach back to you as quickly as I can to try to help you. And if you really want some really intensive training and coaching, look, there's a link here on this page or in this video somewhere. I'm sure there will be here about our Bridge to Knowing Doing Gap Inner Circle. Look, this is a live coaching group. We meet a couple of times a month with other people just like you that are trying to achieve goals. And we help them to not only become more aware, but become more present, become the person who is a goal achiever, not just a goal setter. So you get live coaching. All the information is right in the link here. Check it out. I promise you, it'll be the best time and investment you'll ever make in yourself. And if you really want the next year to be the greatest year ever, you've got to do something different. This is that something different. Thank you. Happy New Year.